we have subtly been doing black tax all our lives without knowing. A typical Nigerian family would raise a child, go to school so that you can take care of your brothers and sisters, so you can take care of us. So it's like the family is using you as an investment portfolio. You all know where it is, and you know how we are, and you know what is happening. So guys, welcome and welcome again, guys, to your favorite show, Boys Quarters. And this is where we hang out and talk about everything all boys. Boys, feel safe to come around and say anything you want to say. But before you do that, remember to like, share, and subscribe. How you doing, man?
I'm all right, just a little bit under the weather, you know.
You sure that's why you were keeping your face on a straight face?
My voice might be a bit husky today, but I absolutely apologize. And it's just one of those things, you know. I feel like there's a flu, and you should be careful out there because I think I just caught something. But yeah, but I'll be fine. I mean, we're going to talk about it.
And I like the passion you put into this. You know, having a flu, still feeling down, and you're coming here to give us like the vibe.
Hey, we will always give you content. We will give you the best every time. Whether we are going through stuff, whatever it is, we will always make sure to push things out there for you.
Yeah. Okay. So today, right? Let's just dive into it. Guys, do you know about black tax? Do you know what it means? Have you heard about it? If you've not, let's dice it out today. Have you heard about black tax?
To be honest, the first time I ever heard the phrase black tax was about a year ago.
Okay.
But I have been accosted to the concept almost all my life, you know. My mom, fortunately, is the first child of 12 kids.
12? What? 12? That's a football team, man, bro.
12 kids. So the analogy we use is, you know, my mom disciplines you good. So myself and my brothers have noticed that she didn't start disciplining us. She started being a mom to her siblings.
Okay.
Because she had a whole lot of siblings behind her. Now, why am I relating my mom to this story? So my mom is a nurse, and then she got successful. She always pays black tax. So it's not known as black tax in Nigeria. It's known as black tax when you leave the shores of Africa.
Yeah.
So I think people in Europe would understand black tax to mean, you know, financial support, you know, that you send back to your relatives to use for either businesses, tuition, feeding. Generally, it's just, you know, probably you're obviously going to, you know, sometimes be in a country of a different currency, and then you earn your money and then you send some back home. That's black tax. It might not be the dictionary definition.
No, so the dictionary definition is actually, it originated from South Africa.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it originated from South Africa. Okay. I think it's during the apartheid era, where people of high earning income send money back home to their family to support what is happening around the family and all of that.
Oh, cool.
And this was used to, you know, raise the people back home and all. It was more like a social responsibility kind of thing.
Wow.
But transitioning into the new era now, especially coming from Africa with key focus in Nigeria, we have seen that we have subtly been doing black tax all our lives without knowing.
Yeah.
Case in point, a typical Nigerian family would raise a child, be it a girl, be it a guy, to say, oh, you go to school so that you can take care of your brothers and sisters, so you can take care of us. So it's like the family is using you as an investment portfolio to do that.
Funny you said that because, you know, it's like, it's a whole arrangement. So you were born and then your parents spend a whole lot of money on you to take care of someone. You're like, I didn't sign up for this. Why the hell do I have the responsibility to take care of my siblings?
So,
I didn't sign up for this.
Yeah, and trust me, the moment you say this, people come for you like, what do you mean? You didn't sign you up to take care of your siblings. Do you love your siblings? Do you know who they are? And all this kind of stuff. And it leaves me wondering, like, where does this ever end? Does this ever get to a point where we draw the line to say, okay, I think that's enough?
In my opinion, it doesn't end. And I'm going to say this, Jeffrey, you know, it's important to help. Help the needy, help your neighbors. It's always important to help. There's never anything wrong with helping, right? But I mean, at some point, the helper, it's a question I usually ask, who helps the helper? I know God helps the helper, but I'm like, who helps the helper? Because take for instance, you have a sibling abroad and he works let's say a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And, for a whole lot of people who haven't traveled, the night comes very early when it's summer.
Yeah.
It gets dark very early and it's gloomy and it's sullen and dark and sad. Now, if you are familiar with the UK, you're going to know that there's not too much social interaction.
Yeah.
There's a lot of distance. People don't bump into each other like they do in Lagos.
Yeah, you can't.
People will always give you space. So there's that distance. And then, sadly, if you live in a neighborhood where you have like other housemates, you might never see your neighbor in a whole week. Because everybody's busy.
Yeah. Even where I stay, I've not seen my neighbor in like 3 months.
3 months is crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody's busy. Everybody just goes out there, mind the business, and they're not big on greeting. So unlike in Nigeria, we're kind of very mushy, and then you know your neighbors' names, you know their kids, you know what your neighbor eats for breakfast and probably lunch and dinner. But there's this gap here. So why am I bringing this and relating it to black tax? So we sometimes forget that the people that we put in the positions of paying black tax are humans.
Exactly.
They have emotions, they have feelings, they have a sense of being depressed. Imagine you're working a 9 to 5, you come back, your family is not close by, and then you try to reach out to, a couple of your friends or maybe family, and you're happy. Maybe you saw a status online and you're trying to react to it.
Yeah.
And you react, and the next thing that follows is
billing.
And then you're like, maybe I should have just not said
so there's that thin line, and to be honest, right, I'm happy you're highlighting on this, and it's not like we're ungrateful, it's not like we don't want to help, but there's now that transition from you being the helper into expectations and what's that word? The word where you expect a lot of things and you feel like entitlement. You feel entitled towards things. You hear some Nigerians saying, "Oh, since you traveled abroad, I've not tasted your money. I've not even tasted anything from your money. You are a stingy person since you traveled abroad." All those kind of things. I don't know if you went to a boarding house.
I wasn't a boarding house.
So you will find out that subtly black tax has been embedded in us, but we do not know it's black tax. You'll find out that there are some people, I don't know, in visiting days, there's an illustration that simply explains what black tax is in a very large way. Now, you find out that during the visiting days, the family of someone visits them with like provisions, Milo, loads of all of that. And there's this one particular or some group of people or people who seem that they want to still preserve these provisions for their younger brothers back home. And they want to see, they see it as a thing of joy that they are taking this thing, the Milo and this thing to bring it to their family back home. I'm like, every Sunday, these guys eat rice and chicken without you. Your hair locked up. So why are you feeling like you have to, like it's your duty to take care of them? And that's that community thing, which is good, but at the same time, it's at the detriment of your mental health. I have met 1 or 2 people in the UK here who work like camels, bruh. And guess what? They're the ones taking care of the family. They're the ones taking care of the family's family. They're the ones taking care of the uncle's daughter's child that got pregnant. Like, you're sending money back home, not even just to your immediate family, your mom, your brothers, or your sisters. You're sending to your uncle's daughter it's a whole chain. And then when you look at the amount of money you've sent back home versus what you have at the moment, you find out that you're working around the clock. Because in the UK, you pay bills. These bills come around the clock as well. They come every month. So you find out that you have little or nothing to yourself. And it's like, what have I been doing?
Good thing you mentioned that, because I was watching a famous guy giving a podcast. And this is the analogy he gave in that chain of command. So he said, when you give someone something for free the first time, it brings gratitude.
Yeah.
When you give someone something for free the second time, it brings dependency.
I think I saw that.
When you give someone something for free the third time, it brings expectations. And when you give someone something for free the fourth time, or when you don't give them something the fourth time, it brings resentment.
Yeah, you didn't give.
You've already put them on a pedestal.
Yeah, always wanting.
Why do you not continue?
Always wanting.
They hate you for not giving. So, and I have to say this. I hope HMRC is not watching. So, I mean, I work and then I pay taxes as well. But sadly, I don't control my tax deductions. But I got a mail last week, Jeffrey, and I am currently owing the UK government over £1,500.
And you don't know how, right?
I don't know how. I'm surprised because my employer pays me and then they do the tax deductions.
They do the tax deductions.
You work it out. And then, but I know I'm gonna have to call the tax man soon. But guess what? If I explain to someone who is asking me for money,
understand
that somehow the UK government has to extract this money from my future income.
They don't know. They don't know what is happening.
And I have to still smile through the day and act like everything is.
And then they will call you, say, "Guy." The new one now is that there are certain things of expectation. They convert the money, and I'm talking to my Nigerian brothers and sisters out there. I don't know for other African countries, but pounds seems to be like the highest currency. And then when they see that you're earning in pounds, convert it to an African currency, it feels like it's a whole lot, right? And they don't know that. You pay in Nigeria, you pay rent in a year. We pay every month. What you pay in a year is what I pay in a month.
Yep.
You get
more in a month.
Or more in a month.
More in a month.
So, and the conversion rates are not what you used to do. Because, guy, as the money is coming, you're paying XYZ bills. And don't get me wrong, we're not saying we don't want to help. Somebody, while I was having this conversation off camera, someone said something that she's really surprised, and I guess some people watching this would relate to this. She's really surprised that this black tax is even a topic because right from childhood, they have been brought up to be independent, right? So a friend of mine says that her mother brought her up to realize that I am taking care of you because it is my responsibility to take care of you, and my money is my money as your mother. You have to hustle your money. You understand? I will give you all the things necessary that I'm supposed to give you as a parent. But just so you know, anything I give you extra is out of love that I'm giving to you, right? And I'm not expecting you to give me back. It's out of love. So all these things are things I feel parents need to look out for. Then there's this part where they say, oh, remember where you're coming from. Remember that you have people back home. Remember that all of that. And they've sent us the journey to go and harvest treasures.
You see, a funny guy once said, I left home to feed home. But it'd be like, say, I go chop first. Let me just chop first. If I want to make mama proud, but mama, calm down first, I beg.
Bruh,
the journey is long, it's dark and lonely. There's depression is real.
Yeah,
if you have friends in the abroad, all they are doing is not make money. They have a whole life going on. They have their daily activities. They're struggling with things. But if the only language you have to communicate with your abroad friends is money, pounds, dollars, you have to re-examine that friendship because they're losing friends. And a couple of people I know have abandoned their Nigerian WhatsApps.
Yeah.
Right now, they just stick to where there's not a lot of crowd or they hide on IG and then they don't post, they go under the radar for months. It's not like they prefer to go under the radar, but the pressure, you think you're the only person asking them. There's like 12
more people. And the worst part is the more you type, when you post something like you said, is how far now? Fresh boy, you don't need fresh. Make we see something for your hand now. And from there, like 10, 5, 20 people. How many people do you want to give? How many is left with you? And you find out that it's now a spiral of sending money. I'll end this note with a post. Someone posted something and I would read it out. It really made a lot of sense because people were reacting to the post. They said someone opened their Lemfi. Lemfi is an app where we exchange money from all of that, and pulled their account statement showing they had sent $36,000 to Nigeria since the Japa.
Oh wow!
Another person was inspired to check theirs and saw that they had spent $100,000 plus.
Jesus Christ!
You all wonder what was done with the money. Nothing you can point to as an achievement. That's what black tax does. It takes and takes. Neither the sender nor the recipient is better off for it. The sender keeps making bad financial decisions. The recipient never learns to stand on their own feet. End this destructive circle today. Please, guys.
We should end it.
Stop doing the black tax and stop it.
I mean, you're allowed to help people. You're allowed to
Yeah.
help your family. But my daddy used to say, if you don't have your 2 feet on the ground, how do you help someone who's crawling on the floor?
Yeah.
So you're not going to be hopping on 1 foot and then you're trying to help someone up. So you have to evaluate, check it. And you know, in UK, we have what we call rolling bills.
Yeah.
There are certain things that as soon as you get your income, you don't negotiate with them.
Guys,
I'm talking like your phone bill, your insurance, your car tax,
house rent, electricity,
it's there.
Water, everything is just going. Like, you make this amount of money, this amount is going down. So guys, if you know any friend that is any friend, shout out to anybody there that's hustling hard and you know you're not alone. For more of this, like, share, subscribe.
Yep. See you another time.